Hello, hello, hello. I'm chuckling because I'm reading Tabitha Burrows' comment, waiting on my hands and needles. Hello, Tabitha. Hello, D's Delectable. And hello, all you beautiful people out there. I appreciate you coming on after the fact and checking us out here on our Freestyle Fridays. My name is Sonia Marie. What's going on with you? We're going to talk about, I want y'all to see my beautiful necklace that my sister Nemo, aka Sandrine, designed and gifted to me at the retreat. Isn't it beautiful? Anyway, just wanted to show it off real quick. That's why I was adjusting. In any case, thank you again, Nemo. I love you so much. So, welcome to Freestyle Fridays, in which we do almost anything that we want to do. We talk about astrology for sure and all things spiritual if it pertains. And most of the time, we leave space for doing small little mini reads. So that's what I'm going to do, astrological mini reads. So that's what I'm going to do today, most of the time, and then I'm gonna get on out of here. To be honest with you, I want to announce really quickly while people are rolling in, because I love to say hello to folks as they come on in. But I'm gonna allow you two to do what they do and send people notifications. And by the way, let me know if you're not getting your notifications or not. It may be an issue. I think I mentioned it last week, or Monday, where you have to unsubscribe and then subscribe again for you to get the notifications. YouTube is bugging out. Plus, it's Mercury retrograde, and you never know. I want to again announce. The Village Hut is going down from September 12th. That's when it begins, through October 31st. Now, here's the catch. I'm going through a little bit of construction via my website. And my particular website right now is powered by Wix. Wix is weird. I'm just going to let y'all know that Wix is so weird. That's why I'm getting a new website as we speak. Per really sweet angel superhero lady. In any case, and she will go unnameless, or I should say nameless. In any case, I want to say about the Village Hut, though, if you are subscribing, registering to do the Village Hut, please let me know if you have not been bought into the hut. Wix is weird. So the point of what I'm trying to make is that there are a few spots available. And thank you, people, for getting down on it, because it's necessary. It's only 8 spots. She's funny. It's only 8 spots out of the entire Village Hut, this particular installment. So if you want to join and you get a notification as like, oh, you're waiting to be put in to the hut, you're waiting for notifications, you're waiting for something, that's the email that you get back, just wait for me. I got you, because Wix is weird and it won't let me do it any other kind of way. Please sign up for the hut if you want to learn astrology, if you want to learn spiritual modalities, the questions, the wonderful questions that you use or that you guys ask oftentimes about rituals and things to do in order to prepare yourself, safeguard yourself, be connected with different energies, cut off certain energies in order to receive the information, whether it's astrological information or anything else that's coming through your intuition. These are all the things that we do in 8 weeks. It's not just about astrology. It's about preparation, the knowledge, and sealing ourselves off so we can do the work that we need to do, sealing ourselves off spiritually. So the link is in the description box below if you want to join. Like I said, there's only a few spots available. So get on that thing. That's all I'm gonna announce. To be truthful with y'all, I feel very free on this Freestyle Friday. So, what is it that you want to talk about? Do you have any questions? Do you have any concerns? Any misunderstandings on your brain about what's going on right now? It is retro season. 6 planets right now in retro, with Mercury retrograde included. On Monday it'll be 7 because Uranus is going to go backwards. So this is a time to ask questions and prepare to become clear. And while you conjure those thoughts up and formulate those questions, let me say hello to again D's Delectable and Tabitha. They was both straight up, ready to go. Thank you, D's Delectable. You're so cute. And Chanel Roberts is here. What up, Julia? And Ms. Limitless. What's going on? Desi Monroe 18. So glad you're here, Cicely. And Sweet Tea, what's going down with you? Kimberly is here. Hello, lady. I'm so happy that y'all in this spot. Y'all have questions? Anything that's on your mind? Anything that's on your heart? Anything you want to know about astrology? Anything you want to know about just ready for this Virgo season? You are? You are? I'm ready for Virgo season too, to be quite honest with you, because Leo season was a little challenging for most of us. And not just because it was Leo season, it's because the other configurations in the sky. Let me take that as an opportunity to teach something real quick while you guys formulate some questions. And please post in the comments your sun, your moon, and your rising, so I can do a couple of mini reads today, okay? Some folks want to come in. I've just been sensing that. So you got me today. Let's do it. Leo season was challenging for a couple of different reasons. And without getting too specific, you do remember at the same time we were going through Leo season, which doesn't happen always, right? At the same time the sun was in Leo, we had at least 3 planets. The North Node, not a planet, but one configuration, Uranus and Jupiter, all in Taurus. And Taurus and Leo don't go together. They don't like each other. You understand what I'm saying? So this Leo season was really interesting. Is the reason why I'm happy for Virgo season, is because that Leo and that that Taurus energy in the sky for the last month or so has been a little contentious. If you haven't felt it, not like beat 'em up, emotional, like fighting and or crying, and more so like trying to fit. Whenever you have 2 squares, Leo and remember, squares in the sky, which is what we'll teach in the Village Hut. Squares in the sky are by definition 90 degrees away from each other. So we had the sun that was 90 degrees away from Jupiter. Sun was in Leo, 90 degrees away from Jupiter. We had the sun was 90 degrees away from Uranus, often throughout the month. Then we had the sun was 90 degrees at some point away from the North Node. That's a big fucking deal. And 90 degrees in square information is hard. It's contrary. It's challenging, but it makes you grow. So that's the rub I was feeling. If you did not feel that, good for you. And maybe you were helping people around you that were going through that. But that was kind of like the Leo was like, let's be loud, let's be proud, let's shine. I gotta get this shit right. These motherfuckers need to know who I am. They got me fucked up. I'm about to start some shit. I'm about to get out there and be creative and do this song and do this music and all these creations bubbling up. I'm ready to ignite this passion. Taurus is like, yeah, I want to do all those things, but do you know in the last year and a half, I've been cleaning shit up on a slow, methodical kind of way. And then all of a sudden you want to take what I build and just shine and throw it up on the wall like a piece of spaghetti. We're not doing that. So that was the contention, the need to wanting to shine and be out there Leo style, and the need to hunker down, to be a little strategic, in which Taurus was trying to teach us, like, it's not time yet. We got to fit the pieces. You too hasty. And that was the rub. So now with Virgo season coming on in, there's a good 3 planets in the sky, if not 4, in Virgo. Two out of them are going retrograde. So Virgo's trying to get it together. But at the end of the day, Virgo and Taurus goes together. Those 3 Taurus entities in the sky that I was just talking about, they're going to remain there because they're slow to move, right? And then here comes Virgo season. Go, yeah, I got your back now. Now we don't have to shine and be so overt. We don't have to be out there like that, but we can take what it is that what Taurus wants to do, steady and methodical, and keep building this wealth and the quality of life that we need to live and that we are dedicated to changing into. And Virgo says, let me bring the details again. Let me discriminate some things. Let me be a little bit more logical and rational instead of just wanting to shine and put it on the wall like a piece of spaghetti. I hope this makes sense to everybody, because the vibration has shifted. The vibration has definitely shifted if you haven't felt it already. And good God, I posted on Instagram like, Do you follow me on Instagram? Wordlife, Sonja Marie? Please do. Um, uh, I posted on Instagram. God damn it. Mercury and Virgo going retrograde. I swear to goodness. So much communication for me personally. This is how it's showing up for me. Everybody, it shows up for everybody in different ways, depending on what house that Mercury retrograde falls in your natal chart, depending on what other planets it's affecting in your chart. It's a big deal and a big design and beautifully situated. But for me, it on Wednesday, all of a sudden, my phone was just blowing up to a point where, at one point, honestly, y'all, it was crickets in this motherfucker. Wasn't nobody trying to call me. Don't nobody really want to talk to me. Ain't nobody checking on me for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. They're like, you good? You alive? I see you alive. Everything is okay. On Wednesday, all of a sudden, texting, ding, ding, and emails. And I couldn't get a conversation in edgewise with people that I'm walking on the street with, or even talk to my dog. And Mystic is looking at me like, bitch, can you put the phone down, please? Can we have a conversation? Rub my belly twice. Gosh darn it. Anyway, that's what Mercury retrograde's been showing up for me as. What about y'all? Any conversations? Jay Walker got a question. I love questions on Freestyle Friday. What up, Jay Walker? What up, Nicia? I deal with aphasia. Oh, shit. Y'all know I'm challenged. And these retrogrades, can you tell me what aphasia is, if I'm pronouncing it properly, Jay Walker? And don't laugh at me. I deal with this, okay? And these retrogrades are throwing me for a loop. What would you suggest on how to regulate my thoughts? Okay, please define what that word is, though. I know it once I hear it, but can nobody tell me what it is? Give me a phonetic spelling of it. Or maybe I should look it up on my phone real quick, because I want to be able to answer that for you. And at the same time, Jay Walker, tell me what your Mercury is. I want to find a way, because it is Freestyle Fridays. I do open up the door a little bit more to you. I want to find a way with more information how I can make it general for people. Okay, so please define what that word is, and also tell me what your Mercury is. Okay, if you could, I'd appreciate that if you know. Any questions? Any other questions or concerns? I appreciate you putting that up. Put up your sun, your moon, your rising. There's a few people in here. Like I said, somebody's grandma is big on coming in here. And for some reason, I'm just going to say it. She has a really beautiful chiffon, light blue, kind of like muumuu. And how can muumuus be chiffon? That's just how I see it in my mind. There's no real sleeves. It looks like it's sleeveless, but it's really big, and it's a powder blue, not baby blue. It's a powder blue. It kind of has a little, anyway, I think you either buried her in this, or is one of her favorite nightgowns. If this sounds like anybody's grandmother or auntie, and literally it's chiffon, it's flowing in the wind, but the color is very specific, powder blue. Does that sound like anybody's person that has passed on? She's really, really strong. And oftentimes, y'all, I get complexions. I don't even know why they're coming at me like this, but this woman is really, really adamant. So I'm just putting it out there. Oftentimes I get complexions, but if you ever had a reading with me, sometimes complexions come out all wrong for me, because in the shadows of my mind, I may see them darker than what they are based on the color palette in my head, whatever that means. But I want to say that she looks brown, like a little lighter than me in my mind. She has beautiful sandy brown hair. It's not black or dark brown like mine. It's almost like she dyed it, or like the sun dyed it, and it's flowing. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that, because this woman is really, 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 really strong. Carmencita Perez, does that sound like your grandmother or your aunt? She's the only one that stepped up. Okay, aphasia, the loss of the ability to understand or express speech. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. But again, Jay Walker, give me your Mercury too. Aphasia, aphasia, aphasia. Okay, now Sharon Both Sharon and Carmesita says they are people. Oh gosh, why y'all doing this to me today? Not y'all, them. Aphasia, aphasia, aphasia. I swear to God, when I hear it, aphasia. Oh God. Y'all all helping me. Oh, I'm so grateful. Aphasia. I think it wants to come in my head. I could hear it. I got it. Aphasia. Okay. So anyway. Okay, y'all trying to figure it out who this lady is. This lady, and she's very vibrant, by the way. She's still here, and I'm gonna figure her out in a minute. But I want to answer Jay Walker's question. What's your Mercury, Jay Walker? Your aunt had olive tone. No, it's not her. It's not her. So Carmesita's out. So it's either between Sharon and somebody else. You're like how I'm doing this dual conversation. Jay Walker, you know your Mercury. This lady is she's a dancer, not professional, but she probably wished she was because she's moving. She's moving her little hips and she's not tall at all. She's round. She has small shoulders, but then comes out like a pear shape as her body goes down, like as I go down her body. You have Mercury and Virgo. Oh, wait, that's Miss Lady J. Excuse me. Well, there you go, Jay Walker. He has Mercury and Gemini. So for all the village hut people out here and all those that know astrology, he's asking about this Mercury in Virgo retrograde information, how it's affecting his aphasia, right? Which is, oh, there it is, Gemini. I missed that, Jay Walker, my bad. Which is the loss of ability to understand or express speech. So he's asking about this Mercury in Virgo retrograde, but his Mercury is in Gemini. What aspect is that Mercury to Mercury in Virgo to Mercury in Gemini? Is that a square? Is that an opposition? Is that a sextile, semi-sextile? I'm gonna get you Desi Monroe, 18. And we still figuring out who this lady is. She done danced away. But here's the other part of that. Can anybody figure out what that connection is? Thank y'all for the 14 thumbs up. I'm doing my best to try to be a teacher today and be a little bit interactive, involve y'all. I do like when y'all have conversations and we're all hype and ready. But fuck it, it's retro season and nobody's really feeling that. So I get that. So I'm doing my best to try to engage. So Dee's Delectable, she has Mercury and Gemini too. So nobody's giving up the answer. And I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. That's a square. Gemini and Virgo square. That's why you're having a hard time, baby love. Now, here's the deal. That's why you're having a hard time understanding with your speech. You know why? Because your Mercury is squaring the Mercury that's going retrograde. Now, bust this for a little plot twist. They are both ruled by Mercury. Both Gemini and Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So that's even more of the confusion. Let me express to you why and try to put it in a visual sense. It's almost like if you had two twins that were arguing and they need to go back to their mother to rectify the situation and a solution. Did anybody get that analogy? So if you had Cancer in Mercury and the retro was the retro Mercury was in, I don't know, let's just say in Taurus, right? That's actually a sextile. That's harmonious, but they come from two different rulers. They come from two different ways. They come from two different mothers. They come from two different ways of thinking, of thought. But since Mercury actually controls both Virgo and Gemini, they come from the same positioning, the same mother, the same way of thought. They're fighting now. The twins are fighting to try. Gemini and Virgo is fighting to try to get and vie for Mercury's attention. So Mercury and Gemini says, I want to be Mercury and Gemini, but by being a juggler, by compartmentalizing, by being a producer, by speaking faster than most, by negotiating. Mercury and Virgo in retrograde is like, first of all, I don't deal with Mercury like that. I don't deal with communicating like that, Gemini. I deal with communication by putting things in its box, but putting things, looking at the detail, organizing some things. But I'm going backwards, is what Mercury and Virgo is saying. So actually, I'm not even trying to fuck with you and talk to you, Jay Walker, and whoever else has a contrary Mercury. I'm not even trying to talk to you until I get my own thoughts together, because I'm fucking going backwards, is what Mercury in the sky is talking about. That's why it's such a hard bang, a hard banging kind of aspect for you, Jay Walker. When I tell you this, I want you to really take this to heart. For you, Jay Walker, and for anybody that has a Mercury in Gemini, as well as Sagittarius, or any Gemini and Sagittarius planets, it's going to fuck you up just like Jay Walker, meaning the computer seems to be a little scrambled and you can't get your thoughts out. So the words are coming out all fucking crazy and jumbled and just all over the place, right? Again, this is what I suggest. Walk slow. What the fuck does that have to do with how I'm thinking and how I'm speaking? Because your body, Jay Walker, and whoever else has natal Mercury in Gemini or Sagittarius, I'm trying to get my own mouth correct. Whew, that has, or any Gemini or Sagittarius planets, walking slow helps you to regulate your thinking. Does that make sense? Walking physically, taking your time to calculate your steps. You understand? To breathe, to inhale when you take a left step, exhale when you take a right step, or every other step. Those are short breaths, Sonia, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, really pay attention to how you are navigating. It helps to calm the brain down and it makes you patient. That's where the connection comes, because if you're walking slowly, you're patient in your movement, which makes your brain more patient to get the thoughts and the information that needs to come through, which makes you more patient to put it out. And you won't put it out until it's clear. So if it's not clear, then sit down. If it's still not clear, walk even slower. If it's still not clear, Jay Walker, say, I'll get back to you. Again, this is for everybody with that particular situation. I hope this makes sense. And when I say I'll get back to you, don't feel no kind of ways about that. People are gonna have to be patient right along with you, not unless they're gonna get a whole bunch of and sunsets and rainbows. It's like, what the fuck did you just say? Exactly. I said I'll be back until I can get it all together. Does that make sense to Jay Walker and whoever else has Mercury and Gemini or Sagittarius? I really, really hope so. It sounds simple. But it's not easy to do when everything else around you is like the matrix is tweaking. You understand? I hope so, Jay Walker. And again, it's very simple in a way, but it helps. But the second thing I was going to say is that, ain't that some shit? I don't even know. The second thing I was going to say, because this lady keeps coming back. The second thing I want to say is that, no, forget it. It left. It's all good. Walk slow. Oh, it may be simple, but it's very difficult to do. Maybe I said that already. It'll come back. All right. Anybody else have a question? I see some sun, moon, and rises up here. And Miss J got Mercury and Virgo. She said she's been feeling like she's been playing dodgeball this week. Yeah, that feeling. We already knew. If y'all didn't see my retrograde video about 4 weeks back, we already knew that this was going down. I do my best to try to prepare us all including myself, because sometimes I forget to prepare us all. Like yesterday was crazy. My brain was like on one, and all these texts and emails are coming through, and I'm like, I need to come down. 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 And I literally had to stop and just look at the person I was talking to and disregard anything and everything else that was around me, focusing on the present situation in hand. Right now is all that matters, y'all. And nothing is going to get done without us. So take your time. Okay, let me keep it moving. This lady keeps coming back, and I don't know who she's for. But I will say this, is that she's watching over a little boy. So if she's your mother or your grandmother or your auntie, she's watching over you who has a little boy. Your little boy is genius-like, but I also feel like he's being bullied, and I also feel like the school that he just started is not for him, and you're not doing him justice. Not consciously. You don't necessarily know, because I'm not blaming you that you're not a good mom or a good adult to have around this little boy, but consciously you may not see it. Check on the school. That's the connection that she's saying. Check on the baby's school. Check on the baby's school. I hope that makes sense for somebody who's been trying to claim this sweet lady on the other side with the powder blue dress on. But if you have a son, or if you have access to a young man, like I want to say elementary school or definitely middle school, not high school, because he looks younger in my mind, younger than high school, then she's talking to you. Get that baby a new school, because he's a lot more brighter than people are seeing. He's a lot more brighter than people's have been seeing, and it's doing him a disservice. I hope this makes sense. I really wish I knew who this was for, because this is very clear and she is not playing. Okay, let me just go to maybe one of the sun, moon, and rises, and it'll come out. Chanel, do you think it's somebody you know? You have a Leo sun, Sagittarius rise, and a Libra moon. Oh, I love that Libra moon in there with that fire. You needed that fire. I'm not saying that all fire is bad, but all fire, sun, moon, and rise coming at somebody is a lot to handle and a lot to deal with. So that Libra energy helps to bring the charm. It also makes you very, very attached to partners that you have, be it business partners or personal relationships. There's a man for you, Chanel, and this may or may not. Well, I'm just gonna say it. I think he's for you. He feels like an uncle, like somebody that he's not a paternal figure. He feels like he's not a parental figure. It feels like he's like an uncle. And he looks like, to be truthful with you, that like he was an alcoholic. And you know how I feel that is because his body is frail, and he just looks. Chanel, this is connected to you, and he just looks like kind of like he wasted away. Oh God, I wish I could talk. Okay, definitely not for you, Sharon, with the little boy. I got that. Oh, I wish I could see people sometimes when I do this. Chanel, does that make sense? You have an uncle that just left. So the reason, or this guy, or an older brother, because he's old, he's definitely over 60. In any case, he's bringing the partnership thing into you. The message for you is that Chanel, you have to do your best to pick your partners a little bit better, because that fire got you moving fast, and that moon in Libra got you wanting partnerships if you're not in a partnership already. If you are in a partnership, bravo and good for you. But also check your standings with your current beau. Are you going too hard? You know, this is the time, Squirrel, and I'm gonna wrap this up to you. I was talking to my friend yesterday, my sister Nemo yesterday, about how this is the time for us in particular, but for a lot of people to pull back and to watch people move. If they love you, they will, as you pull back, if they love you, miss you, need you, want you in their life, want to add to your life, they'll come looking for you. Where you been? You good? If they can rather do without you and your presence is not necessary, they'll fade to black. And Chanel, that has to do with your partnerships too. You don't have to go hard, is what this man is saying, when it comes to your partnership, and try to prove to him or her what how important you are, what your worth is, how dope of a partner you are, like how much you're needed. I hope this makes sense. I hope this makes sense, because I feel like I'm like shooting in the dark right now, to be truthful with you. He says you're going too hard, and you're selling yourself too much and too short, for that matter. So the fire in you, honey bun, has to pull back. And or the fire in you has to be busy doing some other shit instead of waiting for that motherfucker. Chanel, I hope this makes sense, because you ain't talking to me like when a person has a stroke. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It could look like that. Like sunken in. That's the feeling. That's the look. You know, when you see alcoholics, sometimes they look sunken in. Their face is gray. Their skin is dry. He looks sunken in like that. Chanel, to let you know, based on your um, last comment. I'm preaching to you too, Baba. Again, I'm gonna disconnect from him and from you, Chanel, because that just felt like it was way open, and I don't know where you at. I don't know where you at, Chanel. But there you go. Anybody else want a quick read? Okay. Jalea, she said, in case you do another quick read, can y'all do me a favor and put the question marks up? Because I'm squinting and my face is hurting. I can't see y'all. And if I put my glasses on, my glasses don't get fogged up. I have problems. Okay, Jalea, she said the moon and sun in Libra, rising Libra, Pisces moon. Look at that. Wow, that's a beautiful, beautiful um, uh, and moon in Libra. I mean, moon in Pisces. You know what? The picture that I got just now, Jalea, like a fairy. You're like a fairy. And even though the Libra in you is cynical and cerebral and incredibly, oh God, uh, incredibly smart, intelligent, um, sharp, witty, you may get turned off by that fairy comment. The Pisces in you looks whimsical. You know, that Pisces moon that you lean on looks incredibly whimsical, and you want to be able to take care of everybody. You want to be able to connect with everyone. You want to be able to have compassion, save the dogs and the cats and the strays and all this. You want to be able to, you know, but the Libra in you keeps it charming, keeps it light, and keeps it very, very cerebral. I would suggest that you find out where the rest of the water is in your chart and give your Pisces moon a little bit more balance. Libra loves the balance, but Libra can obtain more balance by allowing the use of more of the elements in your chart. That was said perfectly, Sonia. Well, thank you, Sonia. I appreciate you. Oh, no problem, Sonia. You're just so dope. I mean, I know every now and again I think about it and I say, oh, well, goddamn, you're so humble too. I appreciate you saying that. Oh, no problem. No, you know. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. I hope you get what I'm saying, because the elements, fire, earth, air, and water, when we have a balanced chart in that way, is how we can utilize all the elements within our chart. And the Libra needs that. The Libra needs to strive for that. The Libra needs to see it all. Justice, like fair. So again, bring the emotion into your personality. That's how you find the balance. That Pisces moon wants you to be able to spark, and this is what I mean by that. Wants you to be able to spark more so your emotional body and your spirituality. And they said you haven't been doing that. I didn't want to call you out, but the lady she said she don't. Oh God, what's up with all you people? She said she don't know how to do that. She don't know how to. And it's said in a facetious kind of fun-loving kind of way. She don't know how to add more spirituality. She's scared. I hope you're not, because I know, because you have a Pisces moon, since you were a baby, you were able to see all kinds of mystic. Go in the room. You were able to see all kinds of spirits and connect in a way in which the Libra and you just did not understand. And maybe we talked about this before here on YouTube, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself. But obviously, they need you to know that you got to change in that way, young lady, because there's more to get. Praying, there's more to connect with, there's more to slow your brain down with, there's less petty shit that needs to be talked about. And it's not to say that you're petty, but people bring petty to you and you just fall right into line because it takes your mind off of the serious shit, and it doesn't, and then you don't have to pray, you don't have to call on nobody. But now is the season to call on people, them, the people, the spirits, the angels, because we're going through such hard times, and mainly not necessarily hard and emotional, but hard in the sense that we're really trying to figure out this new step. We're really trying to answer to our soul and be soul led. And you need the help from the other side to be led in that way. Not staying on just petty conversations that pass time and then get up and go to work the next day. They said, get off of the remote, not the television remote, the remote way of thinking and being and moving. Ooh, they are on you, girl. All right, I'm going to leave you alone because I ain't going, I'm not doing this. They funny. See, Irene, it has, hasn't it? Prayer is awesome. What up, Melissa? Desi, so for Jaleel and for Chanel, I hope those helped you in a way that I can't even really put out there right now. I just really hope it helped you. Hi, I just started my 9-year-old in a new school. Chanel, that was for you? That might be the lady. That might be the lady. She's in a powder blue dress. Muumuu, chiffon kind of thing. She's beautiful though. She's a partier too. Oh, excuse me, my throat itches. Desi Monroe, 18. Aquarius moon, Aquarius sun, Virgo moon, Scorpio rise. You sound like Phoenix. Is that Phoenix on here? Desi, Aquarius sun, Virgo moon, and Scorpio rise. Now, I probably embarrassed her at the retreat when I said this, so I'm gonna do my best to embarrass you as well. Without even knowing you and seeing you, that Scorpio rise makes you hella sexy. Now, let me preface that and add more to that so you don't think I'm trying to get at you. But what I mean by sexy is that Scorpio energy has a sexy, sensual, come hither kind of feel, especially when it's on the rise. Especially when it's on the rise. What's so interesting about that, Desi Monroe 18, is that that Scorpio rising come hither. I got the sex in my eyes, or at least the mystery and trying to figure out life and trying to figure out things in your eyes. But it's very contrary to the Aquarius that you are. The Aquarius is squared your Scorpio energy, your Scorpio rise. So even though you got this come hither, I'm deep. Let's talk about all things that are awesome and mysterious and at the bottom of the deep blue sea kind of feel. Let's get emotional. The Aquarius don't want to follow through with that shit. That's interesting. So you look, for the lack of a better way of saying it, sometimes you can look like a tease. Well, you'll pull them in, and then the Aquarius is like, well, let's just talk about the quantum physics of the world. And everybody else, whoever you pulled in, is like, well, wait a minute. I thought we was trying to do the nasty. I thought we was doing the sexy. And the Aquarius is like, nah, I just want to talk about some things. I want to see how smart you are, some knowledge. And then your Virgo moon is like, yep, in the reaction. Yep, that's the way you're going to get me. Virgo moon is funny like that. Virgo energy is funny like that. It's very, very sensual, like a lot of other the earth signs, right? Or the other two earth signs. But Virgo makes you work hard for it. So you a real big tease when the Scorpio energy is pulling it in. And the Aquarius is like, let's talk about it. And the Virgo moon is like, well, I mean, not only let's talk about it, prove it to me and prove to me that you know what you're talking about and that you know who you are. And then possibly maybe you can get a kiss. I'm just saying. I hope I didn't tell you that before because I feel like I'm repeating myself. Or this is deja vu on some weird ass cosmic shit. But do your best to be careful with that because on some other level, and that's just a funny example, meeting at the bar kind of feel. tug and pull, tease, I don't know. But when it comes to life, though, it could even happen in life in a way in which the Scorpio energy is not just bringing in sensuality, but it's bringing in drama, and it's bringing in drama in the best way, drama in creating, drama in destroying in order to create, drama in a way that you just want to obliterate shit and blow shit up just so you can get to moving on and doing something new. Where the Aquarius don't work like that. Aquarius don't blow shit up because Aquarius don't like confrontation. Aquarius likes plans and utilizing people and resources and humanity. So when you blowing shit up Scorpio style on your rise, you got to be ready to follow up with the Aquarius. And Aquarius is like, oh, my bad. I didn't mean nothing by that. I'm detached with my emotions. Don't worry about it. After you got the block burning down. Aquarius, Scorpio square, that's an interesting makeup. I know a bunch of people like that who are really, really sorry for being so dramatic and out there and starting shit. But at the same time, they're not sorry because Aquarius at the end of the day don't really give a fuck. Say it real loud and proud. Them motherfuckers can cut you off in a hot, quick minute because they can detach from their emotional body. Where the Scorpio is all emotion on your rise. The first thing people see. Do you see how TNT that can be? TNT that can be? Desi Monroe. Did I read it true? Did I read it true? And I didn't. This is not a repeat, is it? I hope not. So here's the deal, Desi Monroe. Don't fight with you because you already know that you're going to act like this before it even comes out. You get that? Nobody else read the comments, or if you see this later, you may not know what she says. She says she has to fight with herself on that Aquarius Scorpio thing. Here's my reason for teaching. My reason for teaching, especially in the Village Hut that will start on September 12th through October 31st, and you can register with the link below. Please wait until I admit you into the Village Hut, and then you can pay for it. That's what I want to say at the top. Then you can pay for it, okay? Wix is weird. But you can learn all these things in the Village Hut. The thing about squares, though, and especially if it's a square within you, is that you know this contention. You've been living with this shit all your goddamn life. So before you even say anything or do anything, decide who's going to run the show. What do you mean by that? Well, because if they are both vying for position, that's when they square. That's when they are contrary. Aquarius is like, nah, I want to do things my way, heady like, non-confrontational, detached. Scorpio's like, nah, I want to go deep. I want to fuck a motherfucker up. I want to destroy some things. I want to cry. I want to make sure people are all right. I want to go hard and determined. Before there are major things that happen in your life and you feel that feeling of, oh my God, I'm about to get on my own nerves because I can feel Aquarius and Scorpio about to fight. In a square, decide who's going to win already before they fight, which means is this a Scorpio moment? Is this a moment where you have to go deep and Aquarius is going to have to pull back and let this shit happen until Scorpio dies down because it's a rise. This rising doesn't last forever in our personality. What does? Our sun. So sometimes we need the rising in order to curate, cultivate, move things around as we putting that energy out, and then that fizzles. And then the sun takes over from there. The Aquarius in you has to let Scorpio do her job. Even though it's different than what Aquarius can do. This is how we use all squares, y'all, just to pull us all back into this. Even though it's different than what the Aquarius can do, you dig? You have to allow Scorpio to do what it does because you chose that. You chose that in your personality this time around for whatever freaking reason. And then once it fizzles and it's put its mark out there, then the Aquarius goes, okay, now I can handle it from here. Thank you. Without contention. Does that make sense? No, it's not. Desi Mara, I hope this makes sense with you. Makes sense. Okay, cool. All right. Let me see if there's any other questions before I go to Chanel Fields, who has a Cancer moon, Capricorn sun, and a Capricorn rising. You boss, you. Please make sure if you really want me to answer a question for you, put up put up a question mark in front. This is the last, at least what I can tell you right now. Sun, moon, and rising I'm going to do. Excuse me for burping, y'all. Oh, that's an interesting one. Mariposa Ma'at. Did we do you yesterday or the other day? And if not, wait a minute. And if not, let's do it again. Well, let's do it. So I'll do yours and somebody else's I just mentioned. Let me make sure. Forgive me, y'all, for the dead air. Okay. Who's Chanel? Are you around? If not, then possibly you'll come back and see this in the recording. Okay, Chanel, Cancer Moon, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising. I love Capricorn energy, and I love the fact that that Capricorn and Cancer energy in your chart is opposition, right? Oppositions are always necessary. Again, talking to Sandrine yesterday, we was talking about oppositions, and the beautiful thing about oppositions, again, you can learn this in the Village Hut, is that it's always looking for balance, always looking for balance. So what the Cancer has, the Capricorn doesn't have. What the Capricorn has, the Cancer does not have. But in your personality, within yourself, you have to allow for this, sweet Chanel. Chanel, you have to allow for this. The lady in the blue dress might have been your grandmother. Was it powder blue? And did you bury her in that? And was it strapless? Because I see her beautiful chunky arms. And was she vivacious? She's still around with sandy brown hair. Okay, Chanel. So you got to obtain some type of balance, some type of understanding that the Capricorn is the boss in you, but that Cancer moon, that Cancer understanding that you have from your emotional body needs to be expressed as much as possible. Please, and very please give yourself permission to cry. Please. I know you want to be the boss and look like you got it all together and you're responsible and everybody can lean on you and all things are wonderful when you're around and there's an answer for everything and your tears may make you look like you're losing the battle and or becoming weak and you're incapable. It's all wrong. You're stronger for your tears. You're stronger for your maternal abilities and your nurturing and nourishing abilities. It only makes the boss in you better. Get that. Get that. It's almost like having a restaurant and before you own this restaurant, knowing all levels of the job that entails. Sonia, get your thoughts together. Mercury, y'all, please forgive me. That you've gone through all the jobs that it entails to run a restaurant. You've been a busboy, you've been a waiter, you've been a server, you've been a host, you've been a bar back, you've been a bartender, been a bar manager. You get what I'm saying? When we deal with oppositions, it's about learning all facets of both of those two signs and allowing the other sign to do its job. But for you in particular, and with this analogy, it's about you knowing in your heart, mind, and soul, like you knowing in your emotional body, in your moon, right? What? No, flip that. The Capricorn in you knows how important it is for the emotions within you to service other people because you've been a bar back, you've been a waiter, you've been a server, you've been the boss. Knowing, feeling, emoting, being concerned and compassionate helps you to be a better boss. When you shut all that down and you just try to be ambitious and be the best you can be without compassion, then you look like a bitch. Straight up and down, Chanel. I'm not calling you a bitch. I'm telling you what it looks like when you do not access that moon in Cancer to give you that that balance. Okay? Ooh wee. Okay, Mariposa, my aunt, that's you. Okay, I'm here and definitely want a reading. If there's time, I think the internet had a lag. Okay, cool. Chanel, I hope that helps you in some kind of way. And if that was your aunt, you said it was the lady in the blue dress, maybe in your grandmother. Again, you can confirm the fact that she has that red hair. I just keep seeing not like sandy red, sandy brown. That's all she keeps showing. She's very proud of this hair and it's permed or it's straightened because she is flinging it. She's funny. I don't know if that is her Chanel feels, but you let me know. Okay, one more person I'm gonna read here. You're welcome, Chanel Roberts, Chanel Fields, and Chanel Roberts. Y'all coming at the sister today. I just saw it. ascending into love, right? Capricorn Sun, Gemini Rising, Capricorn Moon. But there was somebody else I wanted, Cancer Moon. There's somebody else I wanted to do with some Aries mix up. I mean, makeup. Oh, Sonia. Oh, Ma'at. Mariposa Ma'at. Okay. I'm going to do Mariposa Ma'at and then ascending into love. Sonia. Ooh, Lord of mercy. Mariposa Ma'at. Ooh, okay. My brain. Where'd you go? Mariposa my eye. Virgo sun, Taurus rising, Aries moon. Ooh wee. Whenever I see Aries and Taurus make up in the three big obvious, which is the sun, the moon, and the rising. We'll get to Virgo in a minute. I always think about the push and pull. Now, when it comes to aspects, square, opposition, trine, sextile, semi-sextile, all the things that you'll learn in the village hut. Sign up today, please. Link in the description box below. All those aspects are necessary. When it comes to Taurus and Aries, though, that's called a semi-sextile. And they're right next to each other, which means that they don't necessarily affect one another. But here's the thing about that. The push and the pull is the energy. Taurus has such a brooding kind of solidary, not only unmoving but very content type of energy. Aries is not content in sitting still. Aries is impatient. Taurus is very patient. So I always see, especially when you have a moon in Aries, right? And I think you said, yeah, Taurus rising. So here's the thing, is that your rising is holding back all expression. Anybody that has a Taurus rise always looks cool, calm, and collected. Never gonna let anybody see, you're never gonna let anybody see you sweat. Always not necessarily in control, but just cool. I got it handled. Everything's all right. There's a solution for everything, that Taurus rise says. And that's how you look, right? That's the pullback. But the push is that Aries moon coming through in emotion, in Aries, busting through that motherfucking wall that Taurus wants to pull up and say everything's good, groovy, until your emotions get hit and the ram comes through that motherfucking brick wall. Now everybody is on the chopping block. That's the push and the pull. And it can be very, very combustible. It can also be igniting, where the Taurus wants to pull back and not do too much of anything and not change at all. The Aries is like, all right, get up off your ass. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's ignite some fun, some new projects, some information. But when it comes to emotion, particularly being frustrated or angry, don't let that Aries moon bust through that Taurus energy. Please and very please talk yourself out of it wherever your Mercury is. You see how astrology, it really like it calls for us to utilize other parts of our personality, y'all, right? That's why I teach, because it's not enough to come on here and give y'all some cute little facts about what's happening during the week. What's necessary and what's my purpose, what I know to be true, and what my mission here this time around until I leave this planet is to assist people in assisting themselves. And in seeing yourself, you can know, okay, I got some hard ass Aries moon coming to fight you and cut you whenever I need to, even though the Virgo in you is like, but we're trying to be service oriented and sweet to everybody. That moon will come through and cut you though. No doubt about it. With some words, if not a shank. You understand? But the bottom line is like, yeah, you know, you're like, yeah, I know I have this, but what should I do in order to not let her come out? What should I, if I know about Aries moon, I know that I need to put some energy out into the world. Let me go work out. Let me go burn some energy off before I respond and hurt somebody. Does this make sense? It's not enough to just know your sun, your moon, and your rising. How I'm going to speak to a person, Mercury. How should I talk to them before I react so I can head off my reaction and make some sense of the thing first? Y'all following me? Y'all with me? Please join the Village Hut. Learn some things and pass this on. That's the point. It's money that you invest not only in yourself, but in your family, in your relationships. This ain't, again, just cute knowledge. This is what can make or break a motherfucking life, as far as I'm concerned. On some real shit, because our life is how we relate to people. Our life is how we relate to people and ourselves, for that matter. Bing! Oh my God. The Virgo keeps you sweet. The Virgo keeps you caring. The Virgo keeps you very much in service of one another, like I've said a number of times before about Virgo energy. But please remember that if your Aries moon goes without you, the Virgo can go into denial, that's for sure, and be like, I ain't do nothing. Just make sure you stay accountable for everything that you do, Virgo. I'm just saying, don't make excuses for shit, and be sweet. Just stay sweet. Okay, last person. Ooh, because I'm getting a hot flash, y'all, and I'm over this. Y'all know I had the hot flash about 60 times yesterday. I was so done. Ascending into love. You are the last person. I've done a lot of readings today, or hopefully you all got something out of it. I still don't know who that lady is, but she's dancing around. And if you feel it's for you in your body, mind, and soul, then it's for you. That's only for you. Last person. Who'd I say? Excuse me for burping, y'all. Thank you, Desi. And again, if y'all want to give me a donation for this, $5, $10, $20, $17,000, I'll accept it. Cash App and Venmo and what do you call it? PayPal is in the description box below. Good God, I'm flashing. But I want to know who is the last person I said I was going to do. I just saw them. I think it was Ascending into Love, right? But I can't find your situations anymore. See, if Sonja stopped talking. Okay, there we go. Capricorn Sun, Gemini Rising, Cancer Moon. Now that's an interesting little makeup right there. There's no fire in that three big obvious, but you got air, water, and earth. Capricorn Sun, Gemini Rising, Cancer Moon. Now again, that Capricorn Sun and that Cancer Moon is the opposition we was talking about like earlier, right? You can rewind to get more information in regards to Cancer Capricorn opposition. But I like that that's between your moon and your sun. And the Cancer Moon is a great place, as well as the other person I just read, to have that emotion come out, because Cancer likes to cry. Cancer Moon people love to cry, emote. They also love to complain too, so be careful about that. But it balances out the Capricorn, who you are, what the serious one, the responsible one, the non-emotional one. You can do that for yourself and call on what you need at the particular time. That's how you obtain balance. The Gemini is the one that throws it in there for a little bit of a loop and a plot twist. You know why? Because Capricorn and Gemini is a quincunx. They don't necessarily like each other like a square, but they're frustrated. So the Gemini in you can frustrate the Capricorn in you, meaning the flirty, talkative one that always wants to have a word, always wants to negotiate, always wants to be out there, not necessarily seen, but at least have something witty to say and have the knowledge, irritates the fuck out of the Capricorn, who just wants to be serious, responsible, get a job done, and go home and go to bed. I'm just going to say that truly, if that is the case, be a little easier on that Gemini energy, because she helps to buffer the old lady in you. Can I say that like that without being disrespectful? Because I don't know how old you are. But I will say Capricorns come onto the planet very, very, very serious. They old as fuck on the inside. They think they're supposed to take care of everybody and their grandma. You know what I mean? They just come in like that. As they get older, they get younger. To be truthful with you, they realize life is not that serious. But the Capricorn in you wants to stay serious. And the Gemini is like, fuck that shit. I want to have fun. I want to flirt. I want to be sociable. I want to talk shit up. So you got to let her be that. You chose that. You got to let her be the social butterfly every now and again, so she can pull in what? The resources that the Capricorn needs. Don't fuck with me. Everybody got a plan, Stan. And Capricorns like to use motherfuckers. So if you want to use people, for good oftentimes, but y'all do like to use people. If you want to use people, the Capricorn, you got to allow that Gemini to go out there and be flirtatious and be the party so she can bring people back into your office and go, okay, now what do you do? How can we make money together? You see what I'm saying? I hope that makes real good sense. Because again, regardless of how you or me, let me say it like this, regardless of how me or anybody else in this comments judged what I just said about that Capricorn Gemini relationship, it works for you this time around. Use it. You got to be fun loving in order to get your business going. Does that make sense? You got to be compassionate too with that moon in Cancer in order to get your business going. You got to be all places and all things, almost like that club analogy, that restaurant analogy. You got to know how to bar back and be the boss in order to make everything work harmoniously. I hope that makes sense. That was for whoever that was for. Ascending into love. Okay, y'all, that's it. That's all I have for y'all today. If you have a really, really important question you think everybody can benefit from and I can answer it in a couple of minutes, please put it up right now with a question mark in front and behind the sentence, like in Espanol, so I can see it. Oh, shucks, I have a meeting in a little bit. Got to get off this thing, y'all. But please put it up. Right now is the time. I'm going to look up these cards to see if I have a card for us for the weekend. Are y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? You're welcome. Ascending into love. I hope that hits. And again, I hope it helped a lot of y'all. If you'd like to donate to the channel, please hit up my PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App below. Come and check us out on Monday, y'all, where I do the rundown for the week. We'll talk about all things astrological for the week, okay? If you're a note taker, you might want to come with a piece of paper and a pen. This is for all the newbies who don't know who I am, who I is. And I appreciate y'all sharing this video. Don't keep me a secret. Share this video with those that you think will resonate with some of this information in a way in which I deliver it, okay? Like and subscribe as well. I appreciate you. You're welcome, Desi Monroe, 18. You've been listening on and off since 2017. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. I appreciate you. In the Periscope days, it seemed like Periscope was funny as fuck. I appreciate you. My friend Layla Hathaway introduced me to Periscope. In a lot of ways, I have her to thank for this whole social relationship that I have, social media relationship. Because I was talking a lot of shit at her house that night. 3 a.m. She's like, Sonja, you need to get on Periscope. I was like, fuck Periscope. Fuck goddamn social media. Them motherfuckers, it ain't real. I was straight going in like Yonka style. She's like, Sonja, just do this with me real quick. She's a Sag. So we get on. She's on Periscope on her account. And she's like, this is my friend Sonia Marie. She's going to have a new account. And I was like, maybe. I don't know. But then all these people start coming in. I said, it's 300 people in there now. I felt so old. She's like, yes, Sonia, I'm trying to tell you. Layla is a big tech head, a real big tech head. And Sonia is not. Gosh, I wish I had that wherewithal every now and again. Because even though you got friends and people that can do that shit, if you don't really have it, you don't have it. So she's the one that really got me into this thing, y'all. So I'm going to thank Layla all day, every day. That sweet little Sag. She's fucking crazy and funny as fuck. God damn, Sagittarius people can be really, really funny. Okay, I was kind of telling that story to buy some time and wait to see if y'all had questions, but I don't see it. So I will keep it moving. Thank you, Synergy Podcast. She said, Periscope needed my light. They were funny. Great Mother, Father, God, and all my guardian angels and ancestors spirits. Ooh, I asked, how should we shine? In integration, they said. Integration, that alchemical moment. You dig? You dig? I think these comments are lagging because y'all are really answering or talking about questions that, that's so weird. I don't like this. Sorry, y'all. This is coming all in all kinds of orders. So forgive me if I didn't answer anything for anybody. Okay, but here's the card though. The card is the card is integration for the week. And fin de semana. Integration. Let's go. And y'all tell me what it feels like, sounds like, how it resonates. The image of integration is the unio mystica, the fusion of the opposites. This is a time of communication between the previously experienced dualities of life. Rather than night opposing the day and the dark suppressing the light, they work together to create a unified whole, turning endlessly one into the other, each containing in its deepest core the seed of the opposite. The eagle and the swan are both beings of flight and majesty. The eagle is the embodiment of power and aloneness. The swan is the embodiment of space and purity, gently floating and diving upon within the element of emotions, entirely content and complete within her perfection and beauty. Yo, y'all, we are the union of the eagle and the swan, the male and the female, the fire and water, earth and life. I'm sorry, life and death. The card of integration is the symbol of self creation, of new life, and mystical union, otherwise known as alchemy. Bottom line, please do your best not to stay in one lane, that's the past, or one lane, that's the future. The alchemical moment is putting these two lanes together and creating something totally different, a whole new lane, a whole new life for ourselves. So do your best in this retrograde moment, especially this weekend, it being in Virgo, messing with a whole bunch of other thoughts and situations and your Mercuries and stuff, as we were discussing earlier, and just sit back and allow your thoughts to go how things did happen, allow your thoughts to go on how you want it to happen, and then create what's absolutely going to happen. Prepare for it at the very least, and God got the last word. Y'all ready for that? I mean, it sounds simple, but can you do it and walk slow and chew gum at the same time? I'm just wondering. I hope y'all enjoyed this Freestyle Friday today. Please, again, join the Village Hut if you're ready. The link is down below. Also, all the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo situations are down there too. And maybe possibly I'll see y'all on Monday. Have an awesome weekend, okay? Please do that for yourself. I appreciate you. And be discerning. Don't let everybody get that energy. It's not for them. It's not for them. Not for everybody, y'all. Be safe. Be easy. Integrate. Acclimate. I love you. Before I get goofy. Adios.